Hi guys, how are you? Today my team and I are going to talk about Warfield in Japan. If you want to work in this country, probably this video is for you. Let's begin.
Japan is the second country with the lowest employment rate in the first quarter of 2019. The Japanese economy shows a high dependence in the service sector. In 2020, the employment in Japan was about 2.34%. It's lower than many other countries.
Now, speaking about workday and salaries, more than 25% of workers in Japan have to work like 240 hours per month. This is a lot of hours in comparison with other countries, especially with Mexico. But obviously, the salaries in Japan are better than in Mexico. They can earn between 700 to 1000 yen per hour. This is a big difference. Now, here we put a little part of our interview where Daigo shared with us how much can earn a Japanese people in a company or in an office, specific in this area of work.
The last one for me. What is the average salary in Japan?
The highest?
Maybe.
Okay. The lowest salary in Mexican peso, the lowest salary is for example, here in the company, 32,000 pesos per week is the lowest price, and the highest price, well, millions of pesos. Really, it's millions of pesos. For example, for the presidents of the company, they afford like 800,000 pesos per week. It's very, very, very high. Did you know that Tokyo is the second most expensive place in the world? The first is London, and the second most expensive is Tokyo. It's very, 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 very expensive.
There are some examples of jobs in Japan, like teacher, translator, custom service agent, and programmer. For example, a teacher earns about 1,197,544 yens per year.
The technology sector is one of the sectors that most foreigners tend to hire. Some of the professions that most demand actually, with which exists possibility that process the visa. There are front-end developers, back-end developers, master of design and multimedia, electronic engineer, and design and programmer of video games. Other examples that our friends Daigo gave us, you will see below.
All Japan. The thing that you are going to see in Japan, for example, is street singers. Street singers are very, very, very popular. Street dancers also you are going to see. In Tokyo, there is a lot of young people who is dancing, singing, and also they are doing magic. Or, for example, do you know the terms otaku? You are going to see a lot of otakus walking with a cosplay, and it's very normal.
Other interesting job options in Japan there are kitchen, luckily one of Japan's attraction in the culinary practice it offers. You can enroll in the middle degree of cooking and gastronomy and fine arts. Every comic book professional should visit Japan at some point, but what is the most appropriate training to draw? One of the most common options is the fine arts career.
I'm Axel and I will tell you about the requirements to work in Japan. The first requirement to work in Japan is speak language. To work in Japan, we will need at least medium or high level of English, ideally you know Japanese. The second requirement to work in Japan is be aware of Japanese custom and tradition. Japan is always regional in this sense, which takes its custom very seriously. It would be convenient to be well informed about the Japanese culture, especially that related to the world of work.
Here we have 3 work offers for Spanish speakers without language. The first is work as a waiter or as a cashier in a supermarket. This is a good option because you only have to say hi, how are you, thank you in Japanese or in English. The other option is teach Spanish in an academy or even private classes. This is a good option too because the Japanese people like to learn new language, and learn Spanish or English are good options too. And the third offer for you is a work in a Spanish restaurant or in a Mexican restaurant, a place where the people speak Spanish. Here we have 3 rare jobs of Japan. The first is dog food tester. You can earn between $90 to $200 a day. This is a lot of money, but it is disgusting. So this is your decision. The second option is insect reader. If you ask to a Japanese child what he wants to do in the future, probably he's going to say insect reader. You can earn between 3 to 5 million of yen annually. And the last rare job, and my favorite, is invited to weddings. If a couple doesn't have enough friends to invite to their weddings, they can pay for fake friends. You can earn $50 for wedding and for person.
Hi, now I will tell you about the advantage of work in Japan. The economy of Japan is the third best in the world after the USA and China. Life is relatively cheaper. Hotels, restaurants, transport many times cheaper than in Spain. Salaries are somewhat better than in Spain. And the experience, according to our friend Daigo, working and living in Japan could be something amazing and unforgettable just for the fact Japan is a country with a great culture. Let's see a part of interview.
Okay, the advantage to work in Japan is that you are going to be your thinking, your mind think is going to change very well. For example, as I said a few minutes ago, the Japanese are very square in the thinking. And if you work in Japan and if you live in Japan, you have to be like them. Otherwise, if you don't think and if you don't work like them, you are going back to Mexico very soon, I assure you. So that's why you need to change your thinking to be more Japanese, and you are going to be more responsible in the thing that you are going to do.
Well, guys, we hope you learn more about the work field in Japan, how much you earn, what jobs are recommended for those who speak Spanish, and you may be interested to travel or work in Japan.